Bam, good morning everybody. It is October 10th, which is a Saturday, and that is hunt day number 16 here. We are heading up to the mountain. It is early 4:30 a.m. And we've had a couple good hunts over the last week here. Let's see, the last 4 hunts we've passed up 2 does. So man, that's honestly, I was thinking about it yesterday as I took yesterday off, and man, already it's like we've been pretty successful. When I think about it, you kind of get down, but the last 4 hunts have been pretty good. We've passed on 2 does. We jumped a group of deer that one morning, which was like day number 13 or 14 as going into the stand. And then we had a picture of that buck last Saturday that went through there just 1 hour before daylight. The only thing I've been disappointed about so far, honestly, is the buck pictures. I maybe blame that on the heat, I'm guessing, because we have had some really, really hot weather. It's finally cooled down, at least the daytime temps have. We're still not that cold in the morning times. Right now I'm leaving my house and it's 60 degrees, which means that it will probably be around, anywhere from 50 to 55 when we get to the hunt spot. And, temperatures haven't even threatened the 40s yet, besides maybe 1 or 2 days. So that might have something to do with it, with the bucks not moving around yet. But the rut's right around the corner, so at some point I expect these cameras to really start catching some deer. And at this point this year, we only have 2, maybe 3 different bucks that we know of on the camera. That's it. And that's pretty disappointing. The very first year that we hunted, I think we had up to 17 different bucks that had rolled through there. Last year we maybe had 8. So I don't know. We'll see what that entails. But so pretty exciting. Want to get it done. One thing I just went out yesterday and bought is I bought 2 of those Tacticam 5.0s, and we'll be learning how to use those and set those up. I was gonna bring one this morning, but I don't even have it set up all the way yet. So we'll just if something happens this morning, it happens. But one thing for sure is I need to start getting a little bit better at getting some action. Like we got those does the other day, but that was just off my cell phone. And what's funny is where I would put the second camera would be right where those deer walked over. So it's just been funny to see any type of interaction they had with that camera and things like that. So I think that will work out. And then I bought those cameras also for the trip we have coming up that I will tell you guys about here soon. I'll probably just do a little video on it. That way I can start vlogging about that trip. And I'm going to bought those cameras really for that trip. So that's about it. So that's the morning update. I think overall, things are starting to look up and starting to go in the right direction. The one thing I was most excited about from day 15 is the fact that I had live deer while I was sitting in the tree stand. They had come in, they didn't know I was there whatsoever, and so that setup works. The only thing that I'm wondering about is, and we don't have much choice about this, is tree stand placement. Where the tree stand is on the opposite side of where they come in at, which is perfect for the wind. The wind's usually 90% of the time in your face, but it makes for a longer shots out of the tree. Anywhere usually it seems about where they're going to be standing at is about a 40-yard shot. So we'll just kind of see if we do actually get some other deer coming through there while we're there and seeing where they come from. So, but you just never know. I mean, with that being said, last year the buck that I missed the opportunity on would have been a 20-yard shot at a tree stand. So I guess it just depends on which way they come into. But it seems like between me and my buddy, the deer that have come in this year have come in from above the mountain, and which means you're getting a longer shot there. So we're gonna get up there. We're actually getting up there a little bit early this morning. I woke up earlier, and we'll get up in our little tree fort there and take a nap till morning time. See what we get into. Alright guys, the hunt's over, and it was an awesome hunt, finally. Deer at the stand from from daylight to about 8:30 this morning. We had that spike buck come in. He is not legal here. Even with the A22 tag, they have to have spikes that are 3 inches or less. His were definitely, he was a nice spike. So they kind of milled off behind me here. So what we're gonna do is, so you can see it here. So this camera right here is on this main trail that they were on this morning. It probably gets 90% of our deer pictures here. But the one thing I've noticed quite a bit is that the fact that they stay on this upper slope, they never go down to this flat spot where, you'd have anywhere from a 20 to a 30-yard shot out of that stand. Where we're sitting at right now is a 40-yard shot up to a 60-yard shot right there. So there's a tree back here that I've been taking a look at, and great setup right there. But and that setup right there too is always perfect with the wind. We have that tree stand that's down on the creek bottom that never gets any deer just because of the cattle are in there. One thing I want to do is I brought a camera here that I had, and I pulled up on the tripod here. I'm going to set it back here in this little flat spot behind here, and I believe that there are some deer moving back there that the cameras don't catch. And if that's the case, then this tree back here I'm going to look at to see if we could technically get a tree stand in for next season, not for this season. I don't want to mess nothing up, but I think, always learning the deer, especially when you can see them live in your stand and how they move on this hillside, is crucial. So, and then we're going to go ahead and get this set up here, and then I'll show you guys the setup. All right, guys, we've put in this camera here. This is now we have 5 cameras watching this one spot right here, and that's just to ensure that, if anything, you want to make sure that you're in the spot that's going to have buck movement. So if you can, get as many cameras in on the trails, and then put some in on the trails that you see them on, like we're doing right now. This here, I didn't think they use that much, but the last 2 times we've been in here, both groups of deer have used this trail in here. So right now, this is the spot we're looking at right here. So as you can see, you guys, right, I got trails coming up in here. I got trails coming up into this way. I got trails coming up this leads up to our tree stand. Trails that come down here, and then trails that go down into this draw right here. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot of trails in here, guys. A lot of deer. The tree that I'm looking at right now is, if I can get it in here, which tree is it right here? This tree right here. It's probably 20 yards from us. I think that would present a pretty good shot. It's pretty thick in here. And then there's another tree right here, but then you end up being eye level with them. So we're going to keep an eye on this tree, this camera, and kind of see what happens. We're going to go down this draw. I got 2 cameras down in this draw right now, and then work our way out. So finally getting some action, guys, a little traction. So I love it, man. Keep watching. We're going to get a buck down. We're going to get a buck down, just a matter of time here soon. And it is getting into October, and as you can see, that spike buck this morning was chasing a little bit, and so we'll probably see a little bit more of that type of activity here soon. So stay tuned, guys, on to day 17.